All antibodies have a similar structure. They have two heavy chains on the inside and two light chains on the outside. They also have a variable region on each top end with a binding site individual to each antigen. There is also a constant region on the bottom of the antibody.
An antibody is a blood protein that recognizes foreign substances such as bacteria and viruses and is produced in response to a specific antigen and circulates throughout the blood. The antibody recognizes the specific antigen and binds it to its own variable antigen binding site. Antibodies are also known as immunoglobulin and are produced by plasma cells or B cells. Antibodies are part of the adaptive immune system in the second line of defense. Antibodies bind to one specific type of antigen.
There are 5 types of antibodies: IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG, and IgM. IgA antibodies are found in mucous membranes of the respiratory tract, in saliva, and in tears. It is also secreted in breast milk, and it is the most abundant antibody in body serum.
IgD antibodies are the least understood antibody. They exist in small amounts in the blood and signal B cells, basophils, and mast cells to be activated.
IgE antibodies are found in lungs, on skin, and in mucous membranes. Their main function is in allergic reactions and immune reactions to parasites.
IgG antibodies are the most abundant type of antibody and are found in all body fluids. They protect against bacterial and viral function and detect and neutralize toxins.
IgM antibodies are the first antibody made to fight a new infection. They are found in blood and lymph and are responsible for blood clotting when the wrong type is given. They are also part of B cell activation.
Antibodies work in 3 ways: neutralization, opsonization, and complement system activation. Some pathogens reproduce by infecting body cells. When antibodies bind to the pathogen, they form an antibody complex that prevents the pathogen from communicating with other cells. This also can prevent the pathogen from attaching to human cells and causing infection. This causes the pathogen to die off.
In opsonization, antibodies bind to the pathogen and release chemicals to attract the phagocytic cells. The immune system has specialized white blood cells called phagocytes that consume and destroy foreign cells. There are also natural killer cells that attach and release chemicals to the pathogen to kill it.
Some antibodies bind to pathogens and mark them as foreign while also activating the complement system. Complement is a chain of proteins that assist in destroying infected cells. The complement system can kill the pathogen directly or tag it for destruction by neutrophils and macrophages through opsonization.
We interviewed Mrs. Boscaron from Bennett High School about her knowledge on antibodies. Do you know what antibodies are and why they are important?
Yes, I know what antibodies are. Antibodies are important because they protect the body from infections.
Do you teach students about antibodies in any of your classes?
No, I don't teach it in my classes, as I teach all environmental science courses.
How do antibodies help your body?
Antibodies are secreted into the blood and mucus, where they bind to pathogens and toxins and destroy them. They can either break down the bacteria or virus through lysis, or they could facilitate phagocytosis.
Do you know a specific example of how antibodies helped your body?
How about hurt? I have allergies to pollen, dust, mold, and certain perfumes. This is a result of the overproduction of antibodies trying to protect my body. The antibodies also protect me from viral infection, common cold, and deadly disease that I am vaccinated for.
Do you know the different types of antibodies and the different roles they have?
Yes, I know all the types: IgM, IgE, IgG, IgA, and IgD. Off the top of my head, I just remember that IgE is related to allergies and IgG is the first line of attack and most abundant. I don't remember the function of the others since it's been 10 years since I've last talked about antibodies.
How does evolution affect antibodies?
Antibodies are a product of evolution. With every new infection, our bodies have to adapt and produce antibodies. The fact that most viruses and bacteria evolve into new strains may be because of our antibodies. I think. I am not 100% positive.
Do you think that someone's environment could affect what antibodies they have?
Yes, I think that the immune system has the ability to adapt to changes in the environment.